Once upon a time, in a peaceful little town, there lived a content family, a father, a mother, and their young son. They resided in a charming house with a lush green garden in both the front and backyards. Life was serene until they noticed a change in their son's behavior. As their son grew older, a troubling transformation occurred. His temper was becoming uncontrollable. He lashed out frequently, uttering hurtful words that stung like thorns. His anger knew no bounds, causing him to scold his classmates, neighbors, and even his closest friends. People began to distance themselves from him, leaving his parents deeply concerned. One fine morning, the father decided it was time to address his son's anger issues. He called the young boy into his room, a glimmer of hope in his eyes. He had a plan, a way to teach his son to manage his anger. With a bag of nails and a hammer in hand, the father explained the plan. Every time the boy lost his temper, he would have to hammer a nail into the wooden fence in the backyard. The boy was skeptical at first, but he agreed to give it a try. On that very first day, frustration got the best of him, and he hammered 43 nails into the wooden fence. His father gently asked him to notice just how often he let anger take control. The boy realized that his temper was indeed a frequent visitor, a realization that shook him to his core. He decided it was time to take control of his emotions. In the coming weeks, the young boy became more mindful of his anger triggers. He started to consciously restrain his temper, and as he did, the number of nails hammered into the fence began to dwindle. One day, to his own amazement, he didn't lose his temper at all. Excitedly, he rushed to share the good news with his father, who smiled warmly. It was time to move on to the next phase of the plan. His father suggested that, for each day he kept his anger under control, he could remove one nail from the fence. Days turned into weeks, and gradually, the young boy removed nail after nail from the wooden fence. With each nail, he felt a sense of accomplishment, knowing that he was gaining mastery over his emotions. The fence, once full of nails, was slowly transformed. One sunny day, the young boy proudly told his father that all the nails were finally gone. They walked hand in hand to the backyard, where the wooden fence stood as a testament to the boy's hard work and newfound self-control. The father beamed with pride and said, "My son, you've done remarkably well. You've learned the art of managing your anger, and I couldn't be prouder." But then, he pointed to the fence. "Look at the holes in the fence," he said, his tone gentle but firm. "The fence will never be the same. When you say things in anger, they leave a scar just like these holes. You can put a knife in a person and draw it out, but no matter how many times you say, 'I'm sorry,' the wound remains." The young boy looked at the fence, and a sense of understanding washed over him. He realized the lasting impact of his anger and the importance of managing it. From that day forward, he vowed to choose his words and actions more carefully, striving to prevent the scars that anger could leave behind. This story teaches us a profound lesson about managing our anger and the lasting impact of our words and actions. Just like the holes in the wooden fence, our anger can leave permanent scars on the hearts of others. No matter how many times we apologize, the wounds may still remain. Therefore, it's essential to learn how to control our anger, choose our words and actions carefully, and strive to prevent harm to others. Instead of letting anger take control, we should aim to be sources of healing and understanding. Remember, anger can damage relationships and leave behind lasting consequences, but with patience, self-control, and empathy, we can build bridges of forgiveness and ensure that our interactions with others are marked by kindness, not scars. This is the little learnings for you. Be happy and keep learning.